everyone, so today I want to try out this LDRS Creative layering die set. It's the Cherry Blossom layering dies, and I can't believe I've taken this long to play with this. These are the kind of things I love. So we're going to play with it today. I might bring in some of the other dies or other stamps just to finish off our card, but this will be the focal point. And these were sent free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and links out in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. For LDRS items, sometimes our items are on HSN, but these are exclusive, well, at least right now, to their website, so it would be to LDRS Creative. I also link to scrapbook.com if they're available there, and I do believe you might find some of their products like at your local kind of scrapbook or paper craft stores, so always a fun place to check that out. And yeah, I think these are just so pretty. Again, with the layering dies, you want different shades of a certain, whatever colorway you're trying to do. It would be really pretty to mix and match. And they have quite a few examples of these on cards on their site. So again, I'll have the links there, and you can just pop over and you'll see those examples. But what I think I'm going to do today is start off with some white paper. And I just grabbed a scrap of white paper. I think I can get most of these things here. I might grab another one just for like the green or whatever other color I want to incorporate as far as the stems, because I will be paying attention to like a lighter green and a darker green. So with the flowers, I'm just going to do a gradation of whatever color I choose to be my focal color. And I love pinks and purples, and maybe I'll do something unexpected, I don't know, but it'll probably be something like that. And then the little centers, you can just leave them pops of white, you can do pops of color, whatever it is. I'll probably go with like a yellow, just do something different, but we have those too. So what I'm going to do is just grab some inks and then some blending brushes or something like that, and just get some color down on this white paper, and then we're going to use these guys to cut those out. But we're going to do it in a way that's darker to lighter, so you have a gradation of color so that your different colorways will work out. I do want to mention that really it's only like 3 different colors. If you look at this, you have your main flower, you have this second layer, and then that middle part before you do your little pop in the center. So really, even if you just have 3 shades of pink, cardstock, that'd be great, or purple or blue or yellow, whatever it is you have. You don't need 5, 6, 7 different, pieces. So that's really nice. Same thing with the bud. It's basically the main part, and then the little accent color, which is the same as this one, and then the little topper piece, which is the same as this color. And then they brought in, if you want to add these pieces, you have those also, right? So just a little more color if you want to do the 4 layers or 3 layers or however you want to layer it up. Yeah, so having said that, I'm trying to see if they use this. I don't see it in here, but you can definitely use that. Again, this one's way at the very base, so you can use it or not use it, however it is. Yeah, so let me grab some colors and we'll get started. So these are nice and large. Let me give you a size like on that larger flower, so they're not little babies here. We have like just over 2.5 inches. I would say 2 5/8. In this direction. Obviously the accent pieces, the leaves are like almost 2.5 inches long. So we have some, oh, that'd be cute if this was brown too. So again, whatever it is that you want to incorporate, however it is that you want to do this. I just brought these guys out because I thought for the purple I was gonna go with this one. Oh, there's a purple in here that would be really great. Okay, let's go with Grape Ape and Olive Branch for our purple and our green. So my flowers are going to be purple. We have some greenery. And then the centers can be this dandelion. And I think those are the only colors I'll need. I'm going to make myself a really nice area. Let me see about finding a purple brushy. This one looked purple to me, and it's not. It's yellow. I'll be right back. So now we have it. Okay, so purple. So again, you're going to want a base. It goes from lighter to darker and darkest. So just know that you're going to need at least an area that's at least this large, right, for the lighter area, darker, So I'm just going to come in, and I'm not super duper stressed here. I'm just going to add more color in one area. And actually I should put like a little scrap of paper behind here or something. Oh, here we go. Did I mention in these videos that LDRS Creative has a really gorgeous glass mat they came out with? I think it's on pre-order right now. It is beautiful. It has beautiful, gorgeous flower, like floral artwork all over. And the whole thing is completely magnetized. So the whole large, surface of it, which is really great. So again, maybe a little bit lighter over here. I'm still going to go a little bit darker over here. I'm not super trying to blend it because it's not going to really matter once things are cut. So again, the darkest like center area, and then the other area, and then the back of the flower. I just want to make sure I have enough space for these things. And then if you need your bud too, right? So just kind of keeping that in mind. So like the lightest one would be back over here, maybe a little bud back in here. This middle one, so I might need a little more. Yeah, that's okay. And then the very center, that's a little bit darker. Something like that. And then again, the bud that goes with it, the lightest one would be like in here somewhere. The middle section of it, maybe in here. And then it does have like a couple areas, so maybe that can be there. And this last piece, if we want to go with that, can be like in here. I'm going to darken this area just a little bit more. Okay, something like that. So let's pretend we have these guys here, and that one there, there, here, and here. Okay, and actually that's probably where I'll be, and I'm just going to stick these guys down. And I'll just run them all through at the same time. And maybe on this same strip I can do my greenery. Let's see how much greenery we need. And I am taping them so they don't move, because we don't want these moving at all. Something like that. Let's see if I have room on here for greenery. If not, maybe I'll just do my yellow flower centers here. So greenery, we have lots of sticks. And if we pay attention, these, you know, depends on what you like. You lighter to darker or however. So this to me would be the lighter area. So let me see if I have enough area on here to make light green or dark into light, doesn't matter. And then these are going to be the darker accents, these two. They're kind of small. And then we have some other little bits that we can play with. Let's see, this one needs to be lighter also. And you know what, let's go ahead and just bring it over here. I'll do this over here. And we'll do our yellow in here. Again, the yellow is just for the center, so I just needed one that's a little bit darker and one's a little bit lighter. If you want to use the centers, I think that's good. I don't need too much for that. And that's for these guys. So one's a little bit larger than the other, so the larger one goes in the back, the lighter one goes in the front. So I think I'm going to go from darker to lighter for this situation. So I'm making this smaller one a little bit lighter in color. Okay, I'll probably stick that down a little better. We do also this centerpiece, like I said, it probably goes in the middle of the larger flower. I don't see it in the example, so I'm just not going to use it. But if you want to use that instead of like these, you know, you have different options there. Let me stick this down a little bit better because I can feel that it's going to move. All right, so those will all go through together. And as far as greenery, I need... Let me turn this over since there's something already on that one. Obviously we're going to need some darker areas down to lighter areas. I still want it pretty green, so I'm just going to choose this side to be darker, I guess. All the way down. Like that. Okay, so I said lighter color, and this one can also be lighter and green. Okay, and let me see about these darker accent pieces. Those, oh, didn't need all that. This is a darker accent piece right here, and so is this one. And the stem has a little bit of a darker piece down here. So this one, like this piece and this piece go together, but this is supposed to be darker. I'm just cutting everything. I don't know if I'm going to use everything, but that way we'll have them. So then this one should also be a bit lighter. Maybe I'll put it like here. And then this guy is supposed to be a darker piece. We'll see if that's enough. And you can always add more color if you cut them and you decide that's not dark enough or whatever. The reason it doesn't want to stick too well is because the ink is still wet there. Okay, So you guys, that's pretty much everything. So we're gonna run it through, we'll assemble our flower, and then we'll see what we wanna do for our card base. So I'm just gonna run that through and run this side through, and I'll be right back. Okay. So here we go, I'm just gonna move this off. All right. So everything stayed within the paper, so that's nice. And let's get these guys going. So, there we go. Don't poke anything out. You can definitely ink around the edges, all those kinds of things that you might want to do. Oopsie, got that guy a little bit. So I'm just gonna pop everything out and I will be right back. Okay guys, so we have our pieces here, and then I have my leaf pieces, and of course you have your inspo on the packaging there, so you can always check that out to see kind of how they should be arranged. Again, with these kinds of things, I just look at the shapes and that helps me out. So we have this guy, and we have this guy that I believe goes right here. Yeah, so see how it curves around? This one's almost a complete curve, and then this one. And then we have these two that are kind of like just out here. I don't know how to explain it, but those guys go together like that, right? So I'm just going to glue that down. Just a little glue here. And then we'll go from there and making sure we have it all on the edges there. And wipe that away. Bring that here. There we go. That looks really nice. And again, if you want more variation of color, of course you can, add a little more. Or you can bring back your blending brushes or just a dauber and add some more ink. Okay, so if you're looking at the picture and I kind of have this oriented, let's say, like the image here, which is like this, right? And then we have this piece that can then go in, I believe, somewhere in here. That looks correct. Okay. And I just did that by looking at the picture, but also you can kind of see where that shape kind of goes. You know what? Actually, I'll hold that. What am I doing? What am I doing? That's not strong enough to hold it. Okay. So let's just pop that back in there. Something like that. I'll hold that for you guys there so you can see that portion. And then we have these pretty guys here, and if you want to give them a little bit of shape, you can definitely shape them. What I'm going to do is just I need like something roundish. There we go. Just kind of push it in towards my hand so that these little guys come up. And I'll just pop these here just for some texture, some dimension. I'm not super paying attention to how those might need to be. I'm just putting them down. Although they do have a little bit of a shape that's kind of interesting, right? Like in the picture, it looks like this piece goes that way. So this one's a little bit smaller. I'll just give it a little bit of a shape. And I'll glue that guy down. Something like that. So we have some overlap. You can definitely still see all the little pokies down there. And then this guy, super simple. We have that. This piece comes around here. Kind of had those a little bit similar in color. So I have that there. And then the next thickest one is this guy. Can go right here. And all we're doing is just adding layers and layers. And then this one. And there we go. At the very top. Let me pick that up so I can look at that better. You can see the different variations there. We're looking at texture and color. So that's the little bud. And then over here we have just a couple leaves. And if we look at our leaves, you have this piece that definitely goes here. like you can see that. Well, let me bring it in a little bit. Maybe I should have done that at the beginning. Sorry, guys. There's like lines and texture there where at the very edge it doesn't have any, so you can definitely know that this is going to go there. On top of that, it's exactly the same shape, so we just put that on here. And with a little bit of that darker green, looks really lovely. And then this little accent piece goes on this guy. And it goes, yep, right on this edge here, and it goes in this direction. So the little like curviness of it goes towards the inside of the leaf. So let's just do that and make sure we're all good. And basically it goes to the very tip of the leaf and in. There we go. That is so pretty. Just that softness really looks like the leaf is turned in at that point. Lovely. And then these guys over here, we have this one, and then this guy goes on top, and that's it for that one. And the other one has that little accent piece down towards the bottom, and we'll put that on. And then I'm just going to grab some paper or card base, all that kind of stuff, maybe some other dies, stamps, you know, whatever it is to finish off our gorgeous card. Have that. And then this guy just goes down at the very point of the base of the stem down here. I believe that's it as far as the accent on that one. Okay, so we have our pieces, and our bud goes something like this with this little guy. And then we have our leaves and stems for this guy. Okay, let me clean up just a little bit, grab some card bases, some papers, and I'll be right back. Just a little bit. So, you know, I'm just, I created a 4x6 card base, which is basically a piece of paper that is 6 inches tall, 8 inches wide, scored at 4 inches. So it's 4x6, just a little something different. This is some paper I had in my stash. It also had some blue paper, and I thought, oh, that'd be really pretty, but I went with this polka dot because, like, why not? 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. So I'm just going to glue this one right down. I like the way it plays off of the purple, and then even the green that we used, like, it just matches really perfectly. And then I think I'm going to make like a little frame from the rectangular frames that LDRS Creative put out. I love their, what I would call like a staple item, which would be frames and circles and all these kinds of things, right? Shapes, I guess, basic shapes is what I was trying to say. So I have this blue paper, like why not a shimmery blue, and just make a little frame, and then we'll talk about, you know, having a sentiment or not, or however. But I do have these gorgeous, I mean, both of these would be really lovely, but I was gonna go for this, I think. And I just want, like, let me see how this one looks, the sizing on that guy. Oh yeah, okay, so let's run that through and I'll be right back, and then we'll start building up our card. Okay. You know, this little portion you can also just die cut later. And let's get this guy going. And I'm wondering if it's just going to be flat like that. Let's go ahead and put our guys together. At least this one, so at least I have that more or less ready to go. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to kind of play around. If we have this like here, and they're kind of orienting your flower like in that kind of direction. Of course, you can do whatever you like. We have our leaves. We kind of have it here, but you know, whatever works for your card or for your project. It's always great. So if we have that there, let's pretend, and this guy, this leaf comes from here. Maybe this guy comes from over here. Aw. That's really cute. Okay, well, let's go ahead and stick these two together. Or actually, I haven't done anything with the frame yet, huh? I just want to get this guy glued to this guy. A spot that looked nice. And then with this one, we kind of had it tucked that far back. And then we can just play with that. So I think I'm just going to glue this down. And up here-ish. So it's kind of in the top, leaving this bottom part here. And if we're gonna have this guy here somewhere, again, I'm just kind of playing with those. And I left it so I can tuck it a little bit if I wanted to get it in there. I could definitely do that. And then this guy would kind of come in here too. Oh, okay, so we're gonna do some of that. What I've been doing recently is putting things like this and then putting a little bit of a, bringing it up a little bit. So I'm gonna put that there for now. And underneath the bud, I'm gonna pop in a couple of dimensionals, which I could have already done, but I didn't. So I'm gonna put it on my hand here. Stick one there, stick one here, take the carrier off. There we go. So I'm gonna hold this down. So there's glue here, keeping that down. But then we have some dimension here. And I'll do the same dimension with this guy, I think. But let's see where we're gonna bring this guy in from. You know, you can come in like that. Something like that. Why not? And this guy would pop up here. That looks good. Okay. So I'm just going to glue that down. Something like that. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to get some dimensions on the back of my flower and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have these guys with the little carriers removed. Oh, we'll probably pop one more in there. I'm just going to pop that guy on there, and that looks good. So we have the dimension, and not too much, right? I mean, this is very malleable, really, really sweet, really cute. Of course, you can pop in some more buds, more leaves, whatever it is that you like. Let that dry there. And as far as sentiments, you know, I was just looking through this little box I always keep here next to me with tons of sentiments and extra foiling and things like that. And I think this is really cute. Oh, you know, I was gonna put it down here, but maybe we put it here. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna put some dimensionals on this and I'm just gonna stick it right down right here, okay? I'll be right back. Guys, so, oh, I love that. Love it, love it, love it. And this one's a little bit lower dimensional, so it's just a little bit lower profile than like what I used up here. And that just makes a little difference with the height and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, LDRS Creator, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. And I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.